Today, we are going to work on looking at the illustrations to find more information about what we are talking about in the story. Remember, illustrations is another way of saying the pictures or the graphics. We're going to go through and look through 2 pages at a time, and we're going to talk about what you see in those illustrations. And then I'll ask some more questions to figure out what is the purpose of these illustrations. Why did the illustrator and the author join together to include these pictures in the story? All right. All right. So here we have me, Jane. We're going to look at pages 6 and 7, these 2 pages right here. Jane learned all that she could about the animals and plants she studied in her backyard and read about in books. Looking at pages 6 and 7, what do you see in the illustrations? And these are illustrations here, the pictures behind the text. These are all illustrations. Also, look over here as well. What do you see in the illustrations? Now we're going to go to page 8 and 9. You can pause the video so that you can look at the illustration in more detail, but we're going to look at page 8 and 9. I want you to make some notices as well. What do you see in this illustration? What do you see in this illustration as well? Make some notices about the pictures, the notes. This is a jumbled bird puzzle over here. These are wings. Pictures. It's called the Alligator Society. This is a page that looks like it has notes about a cobra's page. There's a picture of a bird. Some pictures of heads and brains. It looks like another picture of like wings. What do you see in those illustrations? Again, you can pause the video. Looking at pages 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, what did you learn about Jane looking at these illustrations and Jane's drawings? What did you learn about Jane looking at these illustrations as well as Jane's drawings? All right. So now I'm going to go to page 30 and 31. And we're going to look at these pictures and we're going to think about the same questions. You can pause the video to look deeply into the illustrations and the graphics. What do you see in these illustrations? Make some notices, a couple of wonders. Page 32 and 33. Again, look at these illustrations, especially compared to the ones we just saw before. What do you see in these illustrations? Last page we're going to look at is page 34 and 35. What do you see in these illustrations? Looking at these pages 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35, what did you learn about Jane by looking at the author's illustrations and the photographs of Jane? Oops, wrong page. What did you learn about Jane by looking at the illustrations and the photographs of Jane? My last question is all the pictures that we looked at, how do the illustrations and photographs show you how Jane made discoveries about animals? I'm going to flip really fast back so I can flip through the book so we can answer that question. How do the illustrations and photographs show you how Jane made discoveries about animals? You can pause at any time throughout the video.